Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and it is time for the Quick 3 Tarot for Friday, November the 4th. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so let's talk. Also, I'm ahead of schedule this morning, so that's a good thing. So I don't feel rushed or anything. As I mentioned before, because we're in November now, all of the readings for November are up for all of the signs. So the general readings are up, the love readings are up, and the money readings are up. So if you want to check some or all of those out, and you can see what resonates, one may resonate, one may not, or all may resonate, who knows. Also, the collective readings, I did a Halloween reading, I did a new moon and Scorpio reading. I will be doing a full moon and Taurus reading as well for the collective. Whatever readings you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. For the Taurus reading, for the full moon in Taurus, which is happening, I think, on the 8th. I can tell you it's going to be potent energy. The reason I'm saying that is because I already picked my decks. For those who don't know, when I pick my decks, I go by what I'm drawn to. And then I'll pick that deck and look at the bottom of the deck and see what card it is. I'm using an oracle deck and a regular tarot deck to do the full moon and Taurus reading when I do it. At the bottom of the oracle deck was the card blessings. So blessings. At the bottom of the tarot deck was the King of Pentacles, which I consider Taurus energy. I consider King of Pentacles, I consider Taurus energy, Queen Virgo energy, and the Capricorn Knight of Pentacles. But my point is that when I went to the deck I'm using today, which is, what is this? The Gilded Tarot. I had another deck in mind that I was considering using, but then I decided to look at my other decks. I was drawn to this deck. And I was like, okay, let me pick this deck. When I picked the deck, I looked at the bottom. The Empress was at the bottom of the deck. The Empress is also one of the energies. Taurus is one of the energies of Empress. So you have the Empress that came out. In the pre-shuffle, the 9 of Pentacles came out and the 10 of Pentacles came out during the pre-shuffle. Also the 9 of Swords. So this energy is going to be potent. I feel like it's a sword that's going to cut both ways. Either people are going to buckle down, and really, because honestly, I feel like titling the full moon and Taurus reading, Mind on Your Money and Money on Your Mind. Because I really feel that's the energy people are going to be in for some of them, where it's going to be like, okay, let me look at the finances here. Let me see where money is going to. Let me see where I can save, or let me see where I can do this. Because the Venus is about home. Venus is about home, lifestyle, the aesthetic, beauty, and also love. And then of course it's also about sex too. So yeah, Venus are about those things and some other things, but we're not about to dive that deep. It's not that serious. The point is that people will start taking a look at their surroundings. And something in this full moon in Taurus, which is also an eclipse as well, something about this full moon in Taurus is going to supercharge some people to be like, okay, I need to get serious about home and everything else. It may, and for some people, it may not be about finances. It may be a thing about beauty. Someone may be like, you know what? For 2023, I plan on losing 25 pounds, but I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start early. Some people may feel like they're not going to start until that they do not want to wait until January the 1st to start. Some people are going to be like, based off of this full moon, this coming up, some people may be like, you know what, I'm starting now. I'm not waiting until January. Might be that energy. 9 of Swords came out in the pre-shuffle as well, where I feel some people are in their head about something, but I also feel there will be some type of unexpected blessing too in the based off of the pre-shuffle energy. I feel like some people may be overthinking things. you know, as I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let me go ahead and pull the main energy right quick. May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, November the 4th? May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, November the 4th? May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, November the 4th? Something told me to check it. What is it? Be mindful of who you have around you too. Any type of money, be careful who you discuss your money with. Now also, going back to what I was talking about before, while I feel some people they will sit down and actually look at what's coming in and what's going out. In doing that, looking at their surroundings, their aesthetic, and start making a strategy, because Seven of Swords can be a strategy too, as well. So keep that in mind. All right, what is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What's at the bottom of the deck? The High Priestess. So, which also can be about hidden knowledge. It can also be about silence too, and intuition. Also, some of you may have Pisces in your chart or Cancer in your chart too. There may be something that comes to light that you didn't know about. Magician came out. Thank you. It didn't want to go back into the deck. You see how it's bent? Right there, when I tried to put it back in the deck, it didn't want to go. So Magician, which is Virgo energy and Gemini energy, because it deals with Mercury. But you're making stuff happen. Also, with the Magician dealing with Mercury, this is dealing with communication. Remember what I was talking about before, where I feel like you're really going to sit down and look at things, and you're going to make it known. Where if something isn't working for you, you're going to voice it. You're going to be like, okay, no. It's like that. I don't know if you watch the Minions. Those Minions are a trip, man. But there was this one, it's well known. It's where the female's on the phone and stuff. And she's like, no. Some of you might be in that type of energy where someone wants you to do something. It may affect you, whether it's monetarily or physically or whatever. You're going to be like, no. So, yeah, you will be communicating, but also you'll be making things happen, because the Magician is a manifester. Also, going back to the Seven of Swords, there can be a trickster. Thank you. So it's one of those things where, may I have another? This one doesn't want to go back in either. You see that? How I tried to put it back in and it bent just like the Magician. What is this? Yeah, I told you, you're not dealing with certain things. 8 of Cups. So you have 2 8s. Which is also abundance as well. 2 8s is abundance. So you have the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. This is fast movement. Also 8 of Wands, and this is physical movement. Some of you may be moving physically. Whether it's physically from one home to another or physically away from something. But there's some type of physical movement. Also, this can be something coming towards you. Going back to the Magician, with the 8 of Wands, with the manifesting, bringing something in. The 8 of Wands is a very fast card in the deck. I feel for some of you who may be in that 9 of Swords energy where you're like, okay, how is all of this going to work out? I really feel that you may have already manifested something and haven't realized it. And it's going to come in out the blue, is what's going to happen. But with the 8 of Cups here, whatever it is, wish fulfillment is next, because after 8 of Cups is 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Don't forget, in the pre-shuffle, 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles came out. So it's one of those things where I wouldn't... I'm trying to think of the words here. I wouldn't get too caught up in lack. Stay focused on what's coming in. And in some cases, treat it like it's already here. Because whatever this is going to come in fast. And do that. At the bottom of the deck, I didn't even check. Wow. You can't make this up. This is a totally different deck. Guess what came out? King of Pentacles again. So the King of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck in the one that I plan on using for the full moon and Taurus reading. And now the King of Pentacles has come out at the bottom of this deck. You can't make it up. I'm telling you, there's going to be a seriousness that is happening, because one thing about the King of Pentacles is not about the games when it comes to money, because King of Pentacles is the one almost similar to air energy with the King of Swords. But King of Swords is very, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. Not methodical, but it's another word besides methodical. King of Swords is, oh gosh, not strategic. It's a word. It's like the person who, okay, I'll phrase it this way. The King of Swords is very good at scrutinizing things in general. That is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is looking at everything. The King of Pentacles is very good at scrutinizing money. There's a difference. So the King of Swords is the one who's like, run me my money. That's who the King of Swords is. And I feel for some of you, you're going to be in that energy where it's like, okay, why am I paying this? Or why don't you, let's renegotiate this. The King of Swords is going to renegotiate things. The King of Swords is like, why am I not making money on this? Where the King of Swords is looking at something like, why am I not monetizing this? Why am I not making money here? What's going on? That's the King of Swords thinking, because this King of Swords is about money. Not King of Swords, King of Pentacles is about money. King of Swords can be about money too. Any king could be. But the King of Pentacles is about money. So that is the thing. And also the King of Pentacles is unapologetic about how they feel about money. The King of Pentacles does not care about your feelings about how they feel about money. They just don't care, because they're the King of Pentacles. They're like, dude, I have all the money. Why am I worried about your opinion? The reason that I have all the money is because I've made the right decisions in regards to money. So, yeah, the King of Pentacles doesn't care when it comes to money. So I feel some of you may be in that energy. Again, be careful who you have in your circles, because there may be people attempting to access your money because of the Seven of Swords. If that isn't it, then it's just that you are making a lot of detailed strategies to increase your stability in regards to money and home and everything else, is what you're looking to do. But based off of the pre-shuffle energy and the cards that came out, whatever is happening, even if you're doing well now, you're looking to do better, to upgrade. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say you make $100,000 a year. You're looking to upgrade to making $250,000 a year. And if you're making that, you're looking to go to $500,000. If you're making $20,000 a year, you're looking to upgrade to making $50,000 a year. Wherever you're at, it doesn't matter. This energy is saying, okay, it's time for an upgrade. That's it. You know, that's what I'm going to title this. It's time for an upgrade. Because that's what you're doing. And the King of Pentacles, he doesn't accept, I don't want to say failure or defeat, but he doesn't accept a lack mentality. He doesn't accept a poor mentality. The King of Pentacles, he is wealth. That is what the King of Pentacles is. And he doesn't accept otherwise. It's almost like there was this thing on Twitter, where this girl, she is a model. And people thought she was joking because the girl was plus size. So they were like, yeah, right, a model. But actually somebody did some research and found out that she was a legitimate model, and had been on billboards and all types of stuff. And she was saying during her thing on TikTok, which landed on Twitter, how if she's dating someone, he has to pick her up. If he can't pick her up, he needs to send her an Uber. If they're going out to dinner, he needs to pay. After a while, over time, he needs to make sure her nails are done, because she doesn't like crusty nails. And she is a model, and she gets her nails done at least once every week or once every 2 weeks. And then after time of dating, he will have to pay her rent, and so on and so forth. She's like, if it isn't like this, then I'm not accepting that. And she was giving an example of how a guy on the second date, he told her to catch an Uber because he couldn't pick her up because he felt it was too far. And she's like, wait a minute, are you saying for me to catch an Uber is then you want me to pay for the Uber or you're going to pay for the Uber? And he was like, no, you're going to pay for the Uber. And then she was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's King of Pentacles energy. That's the point of that story. That is King of Pentacles energy. Where it's like, no, I'm not accepting that. It's time for an upgrade. So, yeah, that's the energy that people may find themselves in. The other side of that, not even going to go into it. But that's where we're at. That is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.